Yeah, so what had happened is I had gone through a divorce probably about a little over a year ago. And just going through that process, of course, everybody goes through the phases of being sad and lonely. And I found myself being lonely, and all of my friends, right, are still married and have kids. And so they're, busy with their kids in sports and busy with their wives or husbands. So I didn't really have anybody to really kind of hang out with. And I just felt alone and isolated. And I'm like, this isn't good. I need to get out there and help to get over everything, right? So what had happened is I started doing the dating apps and stuff, and just really was getting nowhere. And I just felt frustrated. And then on top of that, during my divorce process, my father, my best friend, he died unexpectedly. And so of course that made it even worse, right? Being more sad and more alone and isolated. And then my mother, being married to him for 62 years, she started going through the loneliness of not having my father, right? So I started just thinking like, God, there's gotta be something out there, like some kind of app or social media or something that could really help people in these situations, right? And unfortunately, I just couldn't find anything. There was a couple things that kind of sounded like it, but not exactly what I had thought of. And so the one thing to me that I found alarming is that all dating apps out there, they don't have any real way of vetting these people, right? It's just, hey, sign up. You have no idea what that person's background is, if that person's safe to go out with. And so that was the one thing I wanted to do, is I wanted to develop an app that could really help people that are alone or isolated, or maybe they're just socially awkward and they need to be able to kind of develop them skills and not feel judged, right? So that was the main thing. And then of course, make it safe. So we'd be the only app out there that actually does federal or over nationwide background check. So anything would pop up so that people are safe. So what it boils down to is this is strictly platonic. Okay. So I've had people ask me, well, how do you prevent it from not being platonic? I'm like, well, I can't really prevent it, but that's not what it's for. And so we make it pretty clear. It'll be all over, the website as well as the app, but this is strictly platonic. It's just a way to connect with people that have things in common, that would want to go hang out with somebody. Maybe it's somebody who wants to go walk their dog in the park. Maybe somebody that is like my mother who, hey, if you could play some card games with her, or maybe go to lunch with her, whatever the case may be, that would be available. And also each companion tells you what their interests are, so it's easy to be able to figure out who would be a good compatible person to talk with. Yeah, so it is subscription based. So each person, each seeker would pay a monthly fee, and then the companions themselves do pay a fee. And the reason why is because we do the background checks not just once, but we do it multiple times throughout the year. Because as we know, sometimes things change, right? And people get in trouble. Well, we want to know about that before they're out there talking to someone. So yeah, so one of the things that we're going to do is a vetting process, right? So we want to make sure, first of all, personalities, right? It's going to be someone who's a sociable person, who loves enjoying helping others, those types of qualities in a person, first of all. And then also there is a rating, right? So when a companion is chosen and the seeker and them meet up or talk or video chat, there is a way to rate that companion. So, and we get feedback. So obviously, if we start getting things that we don't like, we're going to have a talk with that person and make sure that it is something that they really enjoy doing and helping others. If it's not, and if it's just about money, then we don't want them part of our team.